I think most of you know my wife. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, and she's loved by everyone, and it's one of the reasons everyone loves her. I am not so open. Literally taken profiles that say I keep my cards close to my chest, where few can see any of the cards, and even fewer get to know my whole hand, except for children and youth. It's an irony only God could perpetuate. I've been drawn to children my whole life, which is probably why I have any openness at all. And for at least the last 6 years, I've been most alive with my children. I didn't think I could know more joy than having Nora in my arms until I came home to 2 little boys reaching up to be held. And once I got them in my arms, Nora asking to be held too. Grayson is like his mother. You can't help but know what he is feeling. He expresses it loud and clear, demanding that you enter into his world and be present. Jude was more like me. He watched calmly, he explored ferociously, and was so independent that you didn't always feel like he needed you. One of my fondest memories of Jude came in just the last couple of weeks since he's been walking. I was sitting on the floor after feeding them as they both seemed to explore and play more when one of us was on the floor. They were roaming and playing when Jude picked up his little bottle, walked over, sat down next to me, and leaned in to drink. He needed a place of comfort and rest between adventures, and I was deemed worthy. That is a dad card I will always keep close to my heart. Another dad card came Tuesday night when Grayson was clearly hurting. He woke crying, and one of his amazing grandmothers, Karen, quickly warmed him milk and went in to hold him. He was wrestling with something deeper than hunger, and even though I was taking something to stay asleep, I heard and went to them. He physically was pulling himself out of Karen's arms towards me, and she said he doesn't want his milk, he wants you. He relaxed in my arm and took the bottle. Even I could tell his soul was restless, like a piece of it had been taken from this earth. I prayed and sang and held him through some very fitful sleep where his face looked anguished and his hands and arms kept trying to fight something off. He did seem calmer with my arms around him, and I started asking Jesus to put his arms around both these little boys, Grayson and myself. This prayer seemed to bring us both some peace as Grayson slid into a deep, peaceful sleep, and my heart felt lighter and slightly open again. I know this is not the last restless night of Grayson's life, and that I haven't fully forgiven myself or overcome the fear that swells up inside me, and that we will both continue to need Jesus' arms wrapped around us, first to give us peace, and then hope, and then me joy again. I share this as a long thank you to all of you here, to those who have prayed for us, and me in particular, and those who have loved us with words, cards, hugs, or my favorite, Lucky Charms. I believe your outpouring of love and prayer is the only reason I didn't close my heart completely and shut myself in a hole called failure, because that is what every standard I hold myself to says I should be. Your prayer has pushed me closer to Corey, allowed me to play Beanie Boos with Nora, and chased Grayson down for a tickle fight. I'm hoping those prayers will help me and my whole extended family move past the pain and grief to become fully alive in this world until we meet Jude again in heaven. Thank you. You want to sit?